Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Barcelona here for the Spanish Grand Prix, round 5 of the FIA 2014 Formula 1 World Championship. We're here at the lovely circuit of Barcelona-Cataluyna in the north of Barcelona here in northwest Spain. My name is Ron Squire. I am your commentator for this race here on the YouTube platform for radio in collaboration with Prix Web Radio, but I'm
fire, so warm.
But I'm not going to be commentating on the Prix Web Radio today. But this will be a full, live, uninterrupted coverage, radiocast. So please stick with us. Right, before we go to the race, let's have a look at the drivers. Let's have a look at the drivers' championship. In the first spot, we have Nico Rosberg, only 4 points clear of Lewis Hamilton. Fernando Alonso is only around a further 20 points back, followed by Nico Hulkenberg closely with 4 points behind the Spaniards, with Sebastian Vettel, the reigning champion, really struggling at this stage. He really needs to improve over the next couple of races. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes are leading comfortably, nearly 100 points ahead of Red Bull Racing. Force India in one of their best seasons ever so far, third position, only 2 points ahead of Ferrari and the struggling McLaren Mercedes. Williams are coming strong at last, but Lotus is really struggling at the back. So that is the Constructors' Championship. Let's have a look at the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix of 2014. In pole position, we have Mr. Lewis Hamilton. Is basically his 4th pole position in consecutive races, with Nico Rosberg in 2nd position. Daniel Ricciardo is in 3rd, with Bottas in 4th. 5th position is Grosjean. 6th is Raikkonen, Alonso, Button, Massa and Hulkenberg rounding out the top 10, with Perez and Kvyat in 11th and 12th. Looking further behind the field, Gutierrez is in 13th, Magnussen in 14th, 15th goes to Vettel. He was usually starting in 10th, but unfortunately his gearbox problem means he had to have a gear change, therefore a 5-place grid penalty went soon for him. So will John Eggburn, who had a little bit of an issue with his car as well. He's down in 21st.
Still clear of the grid.
So he's down in 21st. So we're Sutil in 16th, Chilton in 17th, with Bianchi, Ericsson, and Kobayashi, and Vernon Maldonado lining up the grid. Maldonado, of course, did not put in a best lap time. So here we go then. Another race to follow here at Circuit de Barcelona-Cataluyna. The drivers are already on their formation lap as soon as I was reading out the grid. Lewis Hamilton could go for his 4th consecutive victory here today and his first ever victory here in Spain. He's really hoping to get his first ever victory in Spain since he and was at this race in his debut season back in 2007. Where
Nico, you just need to learn 8th gear, only 8th gear to learn, and just think about your revs. You need to keep your revs up and as much full throttle as you can manage. Brakes are coming up, we need to work them a little bit more. And tyres are 9.5 front and 9 rear.
Okay, so as I was saying, this race about a couple of years ago, when Lewis Hamilton started in his debut season for McLaren, this was the first race that he took the championship lead, but was only held for one race before his teammate Fernando Alonso at that time took over after he won in Monaco. But then he retook the lead after Lewis Hamilton won in Canada, his first race win.
And Jensen, can I have purple C2 position 9? C2 position 9.
That's a bit new. So yeah, the drivers are already on the final corners of the formation lap, ready and hoping to get underway here in Spain. So,
looks got pretty good, Pez.
And this is actually the this is Bottas' best position he had in Grand Prix so far, 4th position, and the first time that the Lotus has been in the top 5 since last year, to be precise. Romain Grosjean in 5th position, his best position this year, hoping to turn it into a podium position this time round.
That's good, Jensen, thank you. Brakes are okay, brakes are okay. And launch map on, a bite point find and 4 burnouts at the left hand side at the back of the grid.
Okay, so So the top 5 drivers already into their grid spot. Okay, so we're having a look. So Lewis Hamilton is on the right, Nico Rosberg on the left from the front view. Everyone else is trying to get lined up, including Pastor Maldonado. He had a really tough session, but despite the fact that he didn't even qualify his time. So everyone at least has lined up. We're just waiting for the lights. There we go, the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here in Spain, that is. Lights out and away we go. Both Mercedes have got a good start. Both Bottas has got a really good start. Ricardo has actually a little bit struggled on the start line, but though Master Maldonado at the back and John O'Flynn trying to take the battle but to both of the Caterhams, and Grosjean is locked a little bit going into the first corner. Now Bottas has really improved on his position. He's now up into third position ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, and Grosjean is still kept ahead on both Ferraris, but though Massa is behind both of them as we're now on board with the reigning world champion Sebastian Vettel. He's really struggling at the start behind one of the Saubers, I believe. No contact so far at the first corner. Everyone has managed to get through the first couple of corners safely and strongly, and Lewis Hamilton has already steamed away from his teammates Nico Rosberg, and there'll be swap positions for both Alonso and Raikkonen there, as we're now on board once again with Vettel nearly close to the Sauber of Sutil there, going up into turn 7 now, and Alonso is trying to find a way past Raikkonen, his teammate. Not a good move there at the moment. Alonso will try and make a move once again. No, he doesn't really have that there, as Raikkonen a little bit locks up into turn 8.
Tyre temperatures currently on the lower side, but just think about the left-hand side warming up.
Right, so okay, everyone at the end of nearly at the end of lap 1, and everyone has got through there safely and with no errors at all. Lewis Hamilton is still keeping ahead, and that is that's Magnussen got off a little bit of the about a couple of corners from the end, and he nearly clips Vettel there, nearly clips him with his front wing. But though we have come to the end of lap 1, so it's Hamilton, Rosberg, Bottas, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Alonso, Massa, Hülkenberg, and Perez rounds out the top 10. As Gutierrez, Kvyat, Button, Vettel, Magnussen, Sutil, Bianchi, Kobayashi, Verne, Maldonado, Chilton, and Ericsson. That is the whole grid, as Sutil tries to take the move on Bianchi. Yep, that's a good move from the Sauber driver. As now Verne tries to make a move on Bianchi soon. Everyone is quite safe through there. No overtaking battles at the moment. So Hamilton is keeping a steady lead.
How is my front wing? How is my front wing?
Looks okay, we'll keep checking.
I don't believe Magnussen had any problems with his front wing, because we saw his onboard video, and he was nearly looked like he was going to make contact with Vettel, but he managed to break away from Vettel. He didn't collide with either of them, so basically his front wing is okay from the cockpit point of view. We're just on board with Vettel, just trying to get into the last couple of corners of the lap. There we go. Everything is looking good so far, as we're now approaching to the end of lap 2. Lewis Hamilton.
Use the boost button on the main straight. Use the boost button on the main straight.
That was to Kamui Kobayashi. So Hamilton still leading ahead of Rosberg by only a couple of tenths of a second. Nearly 1 second actually. We're now starting on lap 3. At the end of lap 3, the DRS will be enabled. Only when they go into the
DRS enabled, Danny. DRS enabled. You can use overtake to brake button DRS and to catch the Gutierrez one.
Okay, we have just confirmed that that's Kvyat. That he is allowed to use the DRS. It is within 3 laps now. Sorry, we've got a little bit of an audio problem at the moment, but we'll try and get the audio back. We're just currently looking at the replay at the moment. Everyone's got a good start, but there's a Marussia in the background of I believe that was Max Chilton. I believe that's why he was a little bit further down, because he just didn't get a good start. He got now here we're on board with Daniel Ricciardo. Both the Mercedes, flew away. Now let's have a look at Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas really got a good start. So did Grosjean. Grosjean wasn't able to stabilise his position because he locked both his wheels heavily going into turn 1, and Ricciardo was able to hold on to that 4th position. So Ricciardo is doing well to maintain his position just behind both Mercedes and Bottas. Now we're on board with Magnussen. Magnussen has got a nice overtake on the outside of Kvyat. Though Kvyat is keen to keep it there. There was Grosjean just locking up his tyres there, and he's gone on the outside there. Now we're on board with an infrared camera of Raikkonen. This is the thermal image, and we only got a there we go. There's a little bit of a redness showing in his tyre. That was Grosjean just right in front of him. That's why he had the heated tyre from him locking up. That's why that was the red camera there. Now we're looking at what happened to Magnussen. Magnussen gone a little bit wide, about a couple of corners from the end. It really looked like they was going to make contact with Vettel, but he didn't do that in such a place. And there was Pastor Maldonado, and Maldonado has made a little bit of contact with the KTM of I think that was Kobayashi, I believe, or Ericsson, no idea. But he made a contact with KTM, and therefore he may have a little bit of a suspension problem. So that's why he was struggling a little bit there. So, but though he's looking all right at the moment, and hoping to carry on as normal. Okay, I think we're getting the picture back. No, not the picture. The audio back now soon, in about a few seconds or so now. Both the Mercedes have zoomed away from Bottas and Ricciardo. 5 laps already down, and Ricciardo is only about 5 tenths behind Bottas. 5 tenths behind Bottas. He could make the move in the next couple of laps. He doesn't quite make the move this time round because Ricciardo doesn't have the quite the speed yet to make an overtake on the Williams Martini. Okay, and now the gap is increased by a couple of hundredths of a second. Now the gap is now, as it stands, and it's shortened down a bit again. It's still around 5 tenths of a second. He's keeping calm, and yep, Hamilton has already made a good lead ahead of Rosberg. 2.1 seconds ahead of him. Bottas a further 5 seconds back, with Ricciardo nearly a further 1 second back. Okay. Okay, so Bottas is still going on there, and there we go. The incident involving cars 13 and 9, which is both Maldonado and Ericsson, are now under investigations by the stewards, causing a collision. So and looks like to be most likely to be Maldonado's fault because despite the fact that he's a little bit in front of him, he made contact from the inside. He was a little bit aggressive onto the KTM, so basically Maldonado might be able to get a penalty sooner or later. Okay, we can have a look at the onboard cameras. There we go. One of them is of Sebastian Vettel, who's just about a couple seconds behind Ricciardo. Okay. Looks like we'll have to go for a
Brake button DRS and to catch the Gutierrez one.
Time last lap, gap at 1.9.
Okay, so now we got the picture, we got the audio back a bit for the no. Okay, now we have. Okay, everything is good so far. No. I do apologise for the lack of audio, but we're trying our best to get the audio back soon. Okay, now, okay, I think we're now in business once again. Okay, and looks to be good so far. And Vettel, is that Vettel or is that no, that's Vettel. No, wait a minute, that's, I can't see because of the numbers. It's either Vettel or Ricardo. Wait a minute, yeah, it's Ricardo. It's Ricardo. He's trying to have a go on Bottas, and he's trying to close every time on the Williams, but though Ricardo couldn't quite get a battle on. It's basically Renault versus Mercedes power, and right now Mercedes have the advantage ahead of Renault. May I remind you, Renault is did not have a good pre-season testing, so therefore the development of the engine has been a little bit slower compared to the Mercedes and Ferrari units. But the Mercedes have really improved with their high.
Okay, Lewis. Nico using third gear, turn 10. What do you think about that? So you were half a tenth slower last lap, gap at 1.8.
Okay, gap to 1.8 between both the Mercedes of Hamilton and Rosberg. And I think, I don't know if, about this, but I think Rosberg is actually closing on Hamilton. But if that's the case, then Hamilton really needs to push his, he needs to push and push. The wind direction at the moment, pointing towards west at 4 minutes per second. Doesn't look like to be increasing there, but I think it is. Now we're looking on the replay on board with Kvyat. He's trying to have a go at, and that's an outside overtake on Gutierrez through turn 3 to turn 4. And that was brilliant overtake from the Toro Rosso, the Russian driver.
I'll call it for a couple laps.
Okay, mate, understood. Doing a good job at the moment, think about the rear slip.
Okay, so everything is looking good so far.
Give me feedback on the tyres. Are we still good for plan A?
Tires feels okay. Tires still feel okay.
Copy that. Source 1 when you can. Source 1.
The incident between Maldonado and Ericsson are still trying to be sorted soon. And Vettel looks like to be having an overtake on Gutierrez on the outside of turn 8. Nice move from Vettel, although he's still in a struggling position. Okay, we just received word that there's a 5-second stop and go penalty for Pastor Maldonado, car number 13, for causing collision with Caterham's Marcus Ericsson.
Okay, Danny, what about tires? What about tires?
1.5.
Copy, copy. Look after them, look after them. Gutierrez is much slower, is not a problem.
Okay, we're faster than the guys in the front. Let's do it.
Okay, okay, copy, Danny. We need to look after rears anyway, otherwise we overcook them.
So while Daniel was on the radio, we just had a look at the different replays such as Button overtaking Gutierrez and Vettel overtaking Gutierrez. So Gutierrez definitely has something wrong in that Sauber. On lap 10 out of 66, and Hamilton still leading ahead of his teammate Nico Rosberg and Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas and Rosberg's gap has actually increased by a mere 7 seconds, if not more.
Synchronization is better than expected.
Okay, good news. You're driving well, Checo, so just maintain that gap to Nico ahead.
So Maldonado soon will have to give in his 5-second stop clear penalty sometime within this lap. And if he doesn't comply to that, basically that means he'll be time added to his race before further, which will actually disrupt racing. So he needs to come in for his 5-second stop clear penalty now, or risk further trouble. Okay, we've now got further problems once again. No, just right, so we're still on board with Vettel.
Everything looks good for Plan A. Plan A is good.
That was the Jensen Button. And Vettel on board with him, trying to get everything he can to get past. I believe that's the McLaren, I think. Is that a McLaren? Yes, it's the McLaren of Button. So we can see Vettel is on the rise. Where is Button? Lap 12 out of 66. The standings look like this. Hamilton leading ahead of Hamilton. Rosberg is in second. Bottas in third. Ricciardo in fourth. Grosjean is in fifth. Sixth position at the moment. I believe is, get it on the screen. Sixth position is Raikkonen.
Real higher side. I cannot get traction out of the corners. I'd like to go. Understood.
Okay, so that was Raikkonen just complaining that he couldn't get any traction out of the corners. He's currently in sixth position ahead of Alonso in at seventh. Button is trying everything he can to fend off the reigning world champion. They're in the last three corners of the course. And at the moment, Button is trying everything in his power.
And how are the tyres? How are the tyres?
They're keeping steady, to be honest, but sliding quite a lot.
And
understood.
And surprisingly, Vettel has just coming into the pits of this lap. Vettel has just come into the pits in this lap, virtually cancelling his battle with Button. So where will that put him? He's down in 16th, 17th, 18th. He's come down in 18th. Is it going to be 19th or 20th when he gets out of the pit lane? 19th. And there we go, 20th. He's down in 20th as he has been in 21st. He's now down in 21st position. So Vettel not looking good in 2014. He's only had a couple of points finishes under his belt this year, and one retirement. This could be Vettel's basically worst year in Formula One. And the rise of his teammate Daniel Ricciardo, who's currently battling Bottas. He's really close to him now. He's really, really close to him. Now this is Ricciardo's time to use the DRS. That's right on cue. This is Ricciardo's chance. He's nearly close to him. No, it doesn't really get to him. But Ricciardo is close to him.
So Nico planning prime tyres for the next stint with minus 0.5 aero balance.
There's no draining, so the option seems fine.
And Ricciardo is nearly close to the Williams. They've been battling nearly all race now. And he's really trying his best to get up to Bottas. And we're now looking at the replay between Magnussen and Gutierrez. Gutierrez once again overtaken, this time by the young Dane. As we're now looking on board with Magnussen. And now he's overtaking us on the outside. We're still looking at this battle between Bottas and Ricciardo. Ricciardo not even giving him any chance to... And Ricciardo's gone into the pits. Ricciardo has just gone into the pits this lap. So therefore, he's cancelling his battle with Bottas. Bottas is safe.
Box, Daniel, box. Opposite Bottas. Opposite Bottas. Box this lap.
So Grosjean effectively has gone up into 4th. Raikkonen just gone up into 5th. So Ricciardo is now down into 8th position. Will it be further? Yep. Going down into 10th, 11th, 12th. Will it be 13th? No. There is Magnussen. He's now in front of Magnussen. Lap 15, and we're looking on board with Vettel as he was trying to overtake the KTM of, is that Ericsson or is that Kobayashi? I believe that was Kobayashi. Looking at the battle between the two Ferraris of Raikkonen and Alonso. Raikkonen is locking up everywhere. Alonso is currently in 6th. He's gaining on his teammates. And
so there's not many laps to go, so we need to take all we've got out of these tyres now.
Okay, Grosjean just come into the pit. So has Bottas. Is that Bottas? No, that's Massa. And who is that in the background? I believe that is Maldonado. Is that Maldonado? Just wait for him to come into the pit lane. That's Maldonado. Oh, what's wrong with his car? Wait a minute, oh yeah, he has to wait 5 seconds before he does this pit lane. That's a new one. He's taking his 5 second stop go penalty. But though he just went into his garage as usual. His team is out there as usual, but though they're already in their pit position. So they have to wait 5 seconds for a stop go penalty, and then once the stop go penalty is up, they get to work. That is brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Did some balance check, please. Balance check.
Balancing. We started with too much wrong wing, I think, in the car. A little bit too much wrong wing in the car.
Okay, just understood that. Obviously, next tyre will be a new tyre.
Currently looking at the current tyre, the people who have pitted are now on the hard tyre. The rest are basically still on the mediums. So we're now looking at who's out in the pit lane now? Is that Alonso? Yeah, Alonso's just gone into the pits, and as the Toro Rosso mechanics are now out in the pit lane. Who is it? They're going to come in for their stop this lap. Which Toro Rosso is that going to be? It's John Rex Verne. Verne is now in the pits. Lap 17 out of 66.
So push this lap.
Now gone on to lap 18 out of 66. Hamilton still leading ahead of Rosberg by a considerable margin.
Okay, remember, Kimi will be stopping this lap. We are still in front, but we still need to be pushing this lap, please. And we'll get back to you about engine as soon as possible.
Air temperature is at 23 degrees Celsius. As we're now looking at Kimi Räikkönen just going into this now.
Okay, Lewis, it won't be long now, so you start push.
I believe that Sutil was also just going to this. Is that Sutil? I think that moves Sutil. There's Hulkenberg in the Force India. He's just coming in for his pit stop now. And there's the Sauber mechanics. Is that Sutil or Gutierrez? We'll have to find out. That's Sutil.
Okay, just box to overtake this lap.
Boxing.
Okay, that was one of the who's coming into the pit. Button has been told to come into the pits to overtake at the end of this lap. There's Hamilton. He's just coming in for the lead. He's in second place, so therefore Rosberg will inherit the race lead for now. But Hamilton really needs a good
Sebastian, the objective is for you to do your pace, the pace you're capable of, without crashing your tyres. Just do your pace. We're going to traffic soon.
So basically, Hamilton needs a good outlap, and for Rosberg to have a bad in-lap for Hamilton to stay in the lead. Though Rosberg's in the lead at the moment, and so he needs a good in-lap to stay in the lead and have a chance of winning the race. And that's Alonso really locking up in that last corner. No idea what happened there.
Box and pedal 6. Pedal 6.
Gutierrez. Yep, Gutierrez is in the pits. But where is Rosberg? Rosberg's got to come into the pits anytime soon. We're now on lap 19 out of 66. There is the one of the KTMs. I believe that was That was Ericsson just going out. There is Rosberg. And that was a little bit of the error with the overlays there. The overlay just said that Rosberg won the race when the actual fact the race is still going on. So that is two kind of finish errors. First one was in China with the checker flag going out too soon, with only 1 lap to go, and now the overlay that just said that Rosberg's won the race, but he actually hasn't, but it's still going on. But on lap 20 out of 66. Look at that thermal image of Rosberg. Looking okay at the moment. Going into the last couple of corners of the lap. Is he going to keep on going, or is he going to come in this lap? He's still going, so he could come in the next lap. Still leading. There is Hamilton.
Okay, Checo. So outlap sector 2 and sector 3 faster than Jensen on the medium. Okay, so we're playing the long game here. So again, just push up to Nico if you can. Hold a 1.5 second gap, and we'll look to make our gains in the final stint on the medium. Okay.
That was to Perez. That's Williams mechanics out in the pit lane. For Bottas, I believe. Yep, there's Bottas coming in from 3rd place.
And Vettel on old tyres, did he stop yet?
Yeah, Vettel's on used hard. He's 3 stopping.
That was to Hulkenberg as Bottas leaves the pits in 4th position, giving his position back to Ricciardo.
All the cars around you that have stopped are currently on options.
That was to Vettel. As we're now looking on board with Lewis Hamilton, waiting for his teammate Rosberg to come into the pit. We just saw the Mercedes mechanics just come out onto the pit lane, so therefore Rosberg could come in this lap.
Okay, Lewis Bottas, the car behind 5 seconds. Nico's staying out, he's stretching this option.
Yep, Rosberg's in the pit lane. Rosberg's in the pit lane. He's just been released. Rosberg has just been released. So where is Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? Is he going to get past Rosberg as he goes past the pit lane? Where is he? There he is. Hamilton is back in 1st position, just overtaking the item of Kobayashi. So as a result, here on lap 22 out of 66, Lewis Hamilton is back in the lead ahead of Rosberg by 2.8 seconds. Rosberg tried his best to have 2 good in-laps, but unfortunately that did not pay off. He's down in 2nd place, and as a result, Lewis Hamilton is back in the lead of the race with only 44 laps to go. Anything can happen here in Formula 1, and as Mary Walker would say, and it usually does. So, basically the battle is now tensing up between the both of the Mercedes drivers. We're now having a look at both the Force Indias of Perez and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg ahead of Perez by 0.6 of a second. As we're now looking at what the Rouge is just coming in for his stop. Force Indians are fighting bravely to stay for their position in the top 10. Hulkenberg in 10th, Perez in 11th. One of them could come into the top 10. Currently Hulkenberg at the moment.
Balance is good for now. Okay, fuel 13, fuel 1 at 3. Yep, balance has got better and cleaner.
He's keeping calm at the moment. Now on board with Rosberg. And he's locked up a little bit going into turn 5 there, turn 6. Yep, he's flat spotted his tyre. And he's on hard tyres as well, so basically Rosberg is really struggling with his hard tyres.
Okay, what cab do I need now? How many laps?
Okay, Lewis, so we need to increase the gap by about 4 seconds over the next 20 laps. So we need to look after these tyres, but just build that gap. So gap is currently at 3.0 seconds. We're just going to need to build that to more than 5.5.
Grosjean staying in 5th, but he's really under threat from Raikkonen.
So no need to push hard. Okay, your position is safe. You're just looking to close the gap to Lewis to 2 seconds at the end of this stint.
Right guys, I'll be keeping the audio on. My commentary voice will be back in about a few seconds, alright? Don't go away. You can still listen to it. Don't go away.
Jeff, we've got an exhaust problem, so we box garage now. So we are looking at 18 laps. The car in front looking about 8 laps. Max will be 8 more laps on these tyres, 8 more laps. Jules 0.3 quicker last lap, all under braking.
So Nico, gap is looking good. We don't want it to increase, and then we'll reduce it in about 10 laps time. So just looking after the tyres.
Bottas has picked up his pace slightly, he's now 32s, low 32s. A reminder, tyres will be good, tyres will be no problem.
Please give me a hand, I've got too much over here.
Okay, Lewis, so suggests closing diff exit to 4 or 5.
My rear end's everywhere.
Alright, welcome back everyone. I'm back really. We've just gone on to lap 30 out of 66 here for the Spanish Grand Prix of 2014, the 5th race of the FIA Formula 1 World Championship 2014, and Lewis Hamilton is still leading at the moment, with Rosberg in 4th position.
Opposite Massa now. Opposite Massa now. Good job, Sebastian.
I mean that means he needs to come to pits, but I don't think his team is actually out in the pit lane at the moment.
Are you more comfortable on the hard or the medium?
I don't know. I'm comfortable on both. Which one is better for the entire life?
Okay, leave that to us. We'll decide then.
Okay, that was Perez. Already there. Humidity is at 55%. Track temperature 36%, as we saw. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, both Ferraris are doing 32 zeros. They will catch Bottas.
That was Ricardo, as we just had a look at the replay of Maldonado passing the Selbers there. Hamilton is actually on the roll here. This could be his first Spanish Grand Prix win if he can keep the car on this track for another 34 laps or so.
The rear tyres are cool. The rear tyres are cool. We are not sure whether we are overprotecting them.
Connor, I've got oversteer. I'm not going to open up my diff and give myself more.
So Hamilton not very good enough at all there. Let's have a look.
Okay, Denton, I need you to make a brake balance change. So on the fine adjust, forwards 2%, brake balance forwards 2%, and blue B3.
Okay, so but needs to change a little bit further to the front by 2%. On brake, setting number 3. Hamilton still leading ahead of Rosberg by 4.4 seconds. Ricardo is only just about, say, near 20 seconds behind them.
Same lap time as Lewis. With the tyres, that's 0.3 quicker than him, but would like to close the gap down to 2 seconds in the next 11 laps.
Okay, that was a message to Rosberg there. We're now near the halfway point of the race. Ricardo. Keeping himself on the road there. The best lap that he could do was 1 minute 31.7, so that is basically dreadful.
And Esteban, we're losing a 10th at turn 9. Adrian's holding gear 6 through turn 9. Gear 6 through turn 9.
So Ricardo not very well at all, as one of the Mauritius is coming into the pits now. But more importantly, where is Valtteri Bottas?
How's the balance, Nico?
Oversteer, understeer, everything.
We're now a halfway point. Hamilton still leading ahead of Rosberg, Ricardo and Bottas. Bottas at the moment is currently under the back marker of one of the Mauritius. I believe that is Chilton. Is that Chilton? Oh yeah, I believe that is Chilton. Well, now on lap 34 out of 66. I think this is where people who are still on medium tyres can switch to, actually people on the hard tyres. Actually on medium tyres once again, can go in for the hard tyres. It goes to 1/4 way distance, so mostly everyone went in for the hard tyres. So they go for a 2-step strategy. So some people will stay out on the medium tyres, so therefore they can stop this lap for the hard tyres.
Yes, I need to take care of them, right?
Everything looks good to us, mate. I think we'll be okay doing what we're doing.
People who started on hard tyres this race can go in for their stops around this time round. For people, because they may have started on the hard tyres.
Fronts are still pretty good. Just left rear is the one I got to watch out for.
Ricardo. As we're looking at Vettel just coming in from 13th place, now down 14th. Yep, he's down in 14th. He's just gone out in front of Grosjean, I believe. Is that Grosjean? No, that's Maldonado. He's just gone out in front of Maldonado.
So gap is 5.6 to Raikkonen, so we've still got a good 0.6 margin over our target of the 5 seconds.
Yeah, most people are still out on the medium tyres at the moment. They can come in for their stops to go to the hard tyres or medium tyres once again. And here come the Lotus mechanics, for who, I believe, yeah, that's Grosjean. Grosjean's just coming into the pits now. Vettel just going across the line now, so therefore he's effectively overtaken Grosjean in the pits. Lap 36 now. As we're oh, that was a really good, really bad lock up there for Kobayashi. So I wonder if he's lost his brakes.
And Kevin, be careful of wheel spin as you reach full throttle, exit turn 4 and turn 5.
That was to Magnussen. So Kobayashi did not have a good did not have a good break in there.
I lost the brake. I lost something. Box.
Okay, understood. We're looking into it.
Okay, so that was Kobayashi. So basically, he's lost his brakes a little bit there. It's either a little bit of a problem for him, or is it something else? We don't know. But he has told the mechanics that he could come into the pits anytime soon. And there is Ferrari mechanics are already out in the pit lane for Alonso, the homeboy. And out he comes now. 6th position at the moment. He's just right behind Kobayashi. Down in 7th, 8th, 9th. Kobayashi just gone into the pit lane, and I think he's gone to retire. And he's just come out in 10th position. So yeah, that is Kobayashi. He's just been looked at now. Yep, and that.
Okay, Sebastian, so we need maximum pace over the stint length. Maximum pace over stint length.
So yeah, that's it. Kobayashi has retired from the race of a brake failure that he sustained on lap 37 out of 66. The Sauber mechanics are out.
The set's still in good condition. We're still target -6 and if we can push a little bit more, that'd be good. Push if we can.
Ooh, and that was a really bad lock-up from Rosberg going into turn 4. And just look at that left front tyre. Look at that left front tyre, it's nearly to shreds. He needs to come into the pits now. Kobayashi is still in the pits. He's still in the pits, he's still in the car. He stayed in the car to make sure if he can race again. Because he's still got... There's only about 29 or so laps to go. Yeah, 29 laps to go. In comes Hulkenberg and Button.
They don't feel in great condition.
Okay, understood. Let's still go target -6, and we need to keep an eye on the 2 cars ahead. You know what to do if one of them pits.
Okay, so Hulkenberg has gone out now. He's gone out on the pit lane. There goes Jensen Button, and in comes one of the Toro Rossos. Not sure who that is, but I think it may be Kvyat. No, that's Vern. And then comes the other side.
Pedal 6, and we keep the front wing. We keep the front wing.
Okay, so Gutierrez has just come into the pit for his stop. Lap 38 out of 66, and Felipe Massa's trying everything his best, and there we go. Is it being confirmed that Kobayashi is out of the race due to a brake failure, as sustained in the previous lap. Now Felipe Massa is taking his battle to the middle of the field. Then we'll have a look at the replay between Magnussen and Alonso going into turn 1. We believe that Alonso goes a little bit wide there. That gives Magnussen the opportunity to... Oh, that was a little bit of sparks coming out from the front wing of there. Now we'll have a look at a different replay from Vettel. And that was a really aggressive overtake on the Williams of Massa there. A really aggressive overtake. And now we'll have a look at him overtaking Button, I believe. Yeah, that's Button. But Button comes on the counter-attack, and no, he does not try and sustain.
So Nico, we've got a long stint on these tyres now, a long stint.
Yeah, I don't understand, why did we come so early? We're a couple of laps too early.
Yeah, copy that. We're worried about Button behind. We're covering Button behind.
Okay, so cars involving Ericsson and Raikkonen are under investigation for ignoring the blue flags. So Ericsson is most likely to be under investigation from Stewards.
Okay, so we're well clear of Jensen. Jensen 2 seconds behind, and again Hulkenberg ahead. Hulkenberg on hard tyres ahead. So just look after these tyres at the beginning of the stint. Okay, we're looking for pace delta towards the end of the race.
So we're having a look once again at that overtake from Vettel on Button. Button tries to go on the outer attack, but doesn't quite stick it. And oh, look at the left front tyre on the Vettel now. There's nearly a gap in it. There's nearly a gap in it. Vettel needs to pit. There's no question about it. He needs to pit. But now having a look at Hamilton, who's currently, I think he's just overtaken the McLaren of.
Okay, Lewis, 0 to Nico last lap. Gap at 3.8.
Where have you been for the last couple of laps, man?
Just been letting you get through the traffic.
Where have you been for the last couple of laps, man? Oh wow! But though, yeah, he's just overtaking the McLaren of Magnussen.
Okay, your pace is good. We want to go longer in this stint. We want to go a long stint.
Okay, the gap between Hamilton and Rosberg has improved by nearly 1/10. Well, basically decreased by 1/10. Massa is now on the attack on Magnussen. On lap 40 out of 66. Massa is trying his best to catch up to the McLaren. He's trying his utter best. Okay, so we'll have a look, and Massa might be able to make the overtake on Magnussen, and what an overtake from the Williams! What an overtake from the Williams Mercedes! That is absolutely brilliant from Felipe Massa. We're only about 25 laps away from the end. We're having a look on the back winger footage of Magnussen just being overtaken by Massa. He had his DRS open, but that was a really good overtake from Massa there. Really good overtake.
Checo, just look after your tyres, please. Look after your tyres. I don't think anything's going to change here, okay? So just look after your tyres, and we need to get to the end.
Okay, that was Sergio Perez on the radio to look after his tyres. At the both the McLaren and the Mercedes of both Rosberg and Button. Is that Button? No, that's Magnussen.
Looking at 2 more laps, Jules. 2 more laps. Let's use the tyre.
Actually, that is Button. Yeah, it's Button. And he's right actually on the back of Rosberg, but Rosberg is actually a little bit struggling at this stage, because the gap increasing is both increased to both Hamilton and Rosberg. Yep, it's definitely increased. 3.7 seconds between both of the Mercedes.
I need my updates every lap.
Copy that, Lewis. Only loss to Nico last lap was turn 3. He was slower in, faster out. It was a similar lap time. The gap is 3.7.
Right, the wind direction at the moment is going towards the near northwest at 2 miles per second.
So box, 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 box will come down 3 turns.
Okay, so we just found out further confirmation. Incident involving cars number 9 and 7, that's Ericsson and Raikkonen. No further action. So basically, no penalties will be due to either Raikkonen or Ericsson in that matter. Hamilton is really under threat from basically a McLaren, even though the McLaren's lapped, and Rosberg, who's just about a further 3 or so seconds behind. Yep, the gap has definitely increased by 3 tenths. Is increased by 3 tenths, as I think we believe. Yep, the Mercedes crew are getting ready to bring whoever is going to come in. Is most likely to be Hamilton. If that's the case, then he really needs to improve on the gap. But Hamilton really needs. If Hamilton is going to come in to the pits this lap, then Rosberg needs a really good in lap to make sure to keep his race winning hopes alive. So Hamilton is coming into the pits now. So therefore, Rosberg will take the lead for this moment in time. But though Rosberg leads a really good in lap, or in laps, I should say.
Did not take 3 turns out. It's too much.
So just confirm 3 turns down for the prime tyre. 3 turns for the prime tyre, confirm. Okay, Lewis, so box, confirm you're going 3 turns down for the prime tyre. 3 turns down.
I just said not 3 turns. I don't understand why you're doing 3. Just do the normal 2.
Okay, so yeah, as a result, Hamilton is now down in 2nd place to Rosberg. Only 22 laps to go. Rosberg needs a good in lap, or in laps, to make sure to stay out in the lead as the Ferrari mechanics get out in the pit lane. Who's going to be coming in? It's Raikkonen. Yep, that's Raikkonen. And oh, but that slide though into the pit lane for Raikkonen.
Losing time with the graining.
Nico, try more EB and reduced diff entry for the graining. We'll advise you when to box.
Okay, so Rosberg. Yeah, I believe that Rosberg might be coming in. He's basically going to come in this lap. He's just gone past the pit lane now, so he's basically most likely to come in this lap. He's just got out next. No idea. We have a look at the thermal camera at the moment. We didn't know who is just coming out in front. There have only been 2 retirements at the moment. One for Kamui Kobayashi and one for John-Eric Verne. There's only about 21 laps to go. So we're currently on lap 45 out of 66. Rosberg really needs to push now. Is the Mercedes.
So Jensen 1.5 seconds faster that lap, Checo, for your information.
Is the Mercedes mechanics coming out into the pit lane? Can't see them yet. So Rosberg might be able to continue on. Remember, here come the Mercedes mechanics now. Here come the Mercedes mechanics now. But where is Rosberg? Where is Rosberg? Right, Rosberg is just coming into the pits. Where is Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? We need to find out where
last lap, so they're too slow.
No, pace was good at the end of that stint.
And Hamilton's back up.
Why did you bring me in?
We're keeping you on the optimum strategy, Lewis. Optimum strategy. So we are currently 4 seconds safe to Nico. 4 seconds.
He said I need 5.5.
So Nico boxing this lap. We are 4.8 seconds safe.
Yep, and now he's 4 seconds clear of Nico. He's now in a lead. Lewis Hamilton is now leading the race after Rosberg has taken his pit stop. And Ricciardo is going to stay in 3rd position. Here comes Bottas. So Bottas might not be able to get a podium this round, but he's just coming out now. Only 20 laps to go. Bottas is now down in 6th position, just behind both Vettel and who else is in front of him? Let's find out soon. Vettel and Grosjean, I believe. No, Grosjean is in 9th, just behind Massa, with both the Force Indians of both Hülkenberg and Perez. Still fighting for that crucial top 10 spot for that 1 point. so it's Alonso and Vettel who's just in front of Bottas as Massa gets a little bit of a lock up there, but he's not letting Grosjean overtake him.
Careful with curb riding to help double wheel spin.
Curb riding where?
5 and 7, Danny. 5 and 7.
That was to Danny Kvyat. Sorry if I said that wrong. Right, only about 19 laps to go till the end. I think it's looking clear at the moment. The Williams of...
How much time do we lose in the pit stop? Okay, just give me up to date.
Okay, Massa just come into the pits. As a result, both Force Indies are now in the top 10, if I have a look correctly. Yep, both Force Indies are in the top 10. Hulkenberg in 9th, with Perez in 10th position. Massa just entered the pits. Now going into the closing stages of the race. Only 18 laps to go. Anything can change in these last 18 laps of the race. I've got a little bit of a problem there. Just give me a second. Still safe in the lead. He's used a lot less fuel than Rosberg. And Rosberg is only about, and the kilograms between them is only about 3 kilograms. So he used a lot less fuel than Rosberg. .5 seconds between them. We're now only about 17 laps to go in the Spanish Grand Prix. Lap 49 out of 66.
Okay, Lewis, 9/10 loss to Nico. That was the traffic with Massa. Also, big loss, braking turn 10. Braking turn 10.
16 laps to go.
So if you're losing time with Massa, you can go to Strat 11, deploy to try and make sure you close the gap to get DRS.
Nico faster, turn 1, 2, 3. You faster, sector 3.
About 15 laps away from the end. The gap between Hamilton and Rosberg has decreased to 2.7 seconds. Now it's 2.5. Laps to go. Have a look at this replay.
Need purple C7 position 4 urgently. Purple C7 position 4.
Just have a look at that replay between Magnussen and one of the Toro Rossos. Now we'll have a look at Perez against Hulkenberg. That is a nice overtake on the outside for Perez. Really good overtake. Hamilton can still keep us on the road. The track is slippery now when in some of the corners. Sector 8, which is basically around turn 8. Only about 13 laps away from the end as Rosberg tries to goes on laps. Vern, is that Vern? Or is that Kvyat? I don't know. Rosberg is really closing in on Hamilton. The gap is now down to 1.9 seconds. Rosberg really closing him down.
Sebastian, can you reach default map 25? Is default map 25 accessible?
Negative, I think. I'm going downhill with the tires for the last 5-6 laps.
Understood.
So there are 14 laps remaining. Just make sure you look after the tyres to be able to fight Lewis at the end of the race.
Okay, and the gap is now once again increased to 2.7 seconds.
So Nico faster through 15, getting a better exit onto the straight.
Gap is still really closing him down. Hamilton is really feeling the pressure. Hamilton desperately needs to win his first race at Spain. So Rosberg is the only man at the moment that can deny him his fourth successive Grand Prix victory and his first Spanish Grand Prix win, as Alonso goes into the pits on 5th position. Now he's done 6. And there is Vettel. Is he going to overtake him on the outside? Yes! So as a result, Alonso is down into 7th position with only 12 laps to go. Now about 11 laps to go. Lap 55, hour 66.
Sebastian, you are now in position in P7. The cars ahead are up for grabs. You're on fresh tyres.
We're now on board with Vettel.
Okay, copy that, Lewis. We'll keep you updated on pace. 2/10 faster, sector 1. He's now cleared Magnussen.
Only 10 laps to go. The gap is still decreasing to both Hamilton and Rosberg. So the gap at the moment is 2.4 seconds between them. With only 10 laps to go. Ricciardo is the highest scoring Red Bull at the moment, ahead of Bottas in 4th. Raikkonen is still in 5th position, despite about being more, and I mean more than 5 seconds behind Bottas. Vettel is in 6th, with Alonso in 7th position. Grosjean doing his best in 2014 so far. He's in 8th, and Perez and Hulkenberg will be rounding out the top 10 in both the Force Indias. Jensen Button and Magnussen, both of the McLarens, out of the top 10 in 11th and 12th position, 1 lap down. So is Massa in the 2nd. Williams. It's not been going well for Massa so far. Then we've got Maldonado in 14th, 15th is Sutil, 16th is Kvyat, and 17th is Gutierrez. Bianchi and Chilton is 18th and 19th with Ericsson, the only one left of the KSM's left arm on track. 2 retirements so far, Kobayashi with a brake problem and unknown failure for John Eric Verne. Only 9 laps to go.
Is there any more I can do? Got left grading.
Okay, so that was basically Vettel was no, Hamilton's not doing well, and as Vettel was just overtaken Raikkonen for 5th position. Good overtake there from Vettel. Rosberg is on the medium tyre and Hamilton on the hard tyre. So basically,
don't waste time with Vettel, let it pass because it's too quick anyway.
he just said let Vettel pass because he's too quick anyway. And oh, look at that front wing on the Gutierrez Sauber. The left end plate is just really bouncing towards onto the front wing itself.
If you can live with it, you can go B-bell -2, try and help the front.
So, and we just saw Gutierrez, part of the front wing, just fly off track on the start and finish straight. Only 8 laps to go. Hamilton still leading. But for how long? The gap has now decreased down to 1.8 seconds. Hamilton is really, really struggling. Hamilton still can do this. There is Rosberg. There's about a few seconds between them. Hamilton has used more race fuel than Rosberg just now. Well, actually used less race fuel. So Rosberg's got a little bit of much more heavier car, despite because he hasn't used as much. Actually, Hamilton's got the heavier car because he's used less fuel.
Nico, we're using fuel because we've got plenty, so don't worry about crossover.
That was to Hulkenberg there, but though Rosberg is still decreasing the gap. Now it's 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds between
Sebastian,
Hamilton
close
and
the gap progressively. Close the gap progressively. Need some tyres left by the time you reach Bottas.
Now back markers can decrease Hamilton's chances of winning the race, but if he manages to pass them just about now, then he could be that can hold up Rosberg for a few more laps. So Hamilton needs to overtake one of the back markers now, which he precisely has done. That's a good one there. Now Rosberg might be a little bit held up.
Come on, man, now we need some extra push. You can use BB offset. You can use BB offset.
Okay, that was to Ericsson. That was a little bit of a break in there from one of the Lotuses. And is that Maldonado in front of him? Yep, that's Maldonado. So Hamilton...
8 laps remaining, just thinking about your overtaking strategy.
Okay, so Rosberg is getting ready to overtake. There's nearly 1 second there, so Hamilton needs his best to stay in front of Rosberg. Rosberg is nearly within 1 second. So he, after he's gone within 1 second of Hamilton, he can use the DRS, which he has precisely done. But though he's not using the DRS at this moment in time. He's just about overtaken Maldonado just there. Maldonado can do everything in his power to try and hold up Rosberg, but which he precisely hasn't done. We've only got about 6 laps to go. And the gap has increased a little bit. So Hamilton has now got everything to lose. Now he's got everything to lose.
Bottas 30.8, that's his pace.
That is to Vettel. Hamilton still trying his best to stay ahead of Rosberg, as we're now on board with Alonso, battling with his teammate Raikkonen. Only 6 laps away from the end.
Only loss was mid-exit turn 3, mid-exit turn 3.
Okay, so mid-exit turn 3 is where where Hamilton needs to improve if he wants to win the race. There's only about 5 laps to go, so he hasn't got long now. But the gap still between Hamilton and Rosberg is now to 3.4 seconds. 3.4 seconds. The gap has increased by 1/10. I repeat, 1/10. So the battle between both the Mercedes is really hotting up now. Really hotting up. Where are they now? Where are they? We're still looking at the battle between both the Ferraris of Alonso and Raikkonen. There should be that sign saying Raikkonen is faster than you. Can you confirm you understood that message? Or should it be the opposite? Yes, it should be the opposite. I said it wrong. But though Alonso is really close to Raikkonen at this moment in time.
Okay, you can use gear 3 in turn 1 and turn 4 if you wish. Fuel is good. You can use gear 3 in turn 1 and turn 4 if you wish.
That was to Daniel Ricciardo. Only, yeah, there we go. 5
so 4/10 faster last lap. No loss to Nico anywhere.
Okay, that's good for Hamilton. He's really improving now. He's only got about 4 plus 1 laps to go.
Okay, Sebastian Alonso is still stuck behind Raikkonen. You're currently +7, Raikkonen.
4 plus 1 lap to go. Hamilton is on the hard, but Nico is on the medium. Both their tyres are wearing out. Hamilton is trying his best to keep ahead of him. But I can't find any video footage of them anywhere yet. Gap is now decreased a bit to 1.1 seconds. Now let's have a look at the gap now. It's increased by 1/10. Increased by 1/10, so Rosberg might not be able to win the race. If he doesn't improve on this gap, then basically Rosberg is going to hand the victory to Hamilton once again for his 4th consecutive victory and his first ever Spanish Grand Prix win.
Try to push the front right a bit more on entry of the high speed only, but obviously avoid locking.
Okay, that message is to Sutil, and now Hamilton's now got to keep Rosberg behind him for about nearly 3 whole laps, and Rosberg will never have been more determined to get past him than anybody else. And these two maybe a little bit karting rivals and maybe karting buddies in those days, but though these two are nearly about the most impeccable rivals so far in Formula 1. So Rosberg is really trying his best to catch up to Hamilton. And it could be the first corner here once again. So we're just waiting for Hamilton to Hamilton is still improving on his gap.
There's 5 laps to go, Sebastian. Use your head.
Okay, that was the Vettel. Where is Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? No sign of that battle so far anywhere. battle between Bottas and Vettel. Bottas is the only man in front of Vettel that can prevent him from making it a Red Bull 3-4. Only about 2 laps to go, plus 1 at the stage. And Alonso is really closing in on Raikkonen. He's going to make the overtake now outside of turn 3. Does he make the overtake into turn 4? Yes, he does. Nearly touching him. Fantastic move there from Alonso. He's now up into 6th position ahead of his teammate Raikkonen. The Spanish crowd is happy. The Spanish crowd, his home crowd, are happy. They would have liked Alonso to win the race, but unfortunately they're a little bit of a sticky situation. But there is Hamilton and Rosberg. The gap is now around 1 second. Just around 1 second. Now it's under a second. Just about under a tenth of a second. So Rosberg, in the last couple of laps of the race, can make the move on Hamilton soon.
So Nico's now getting DRS.
Okay, so Hamilton needs to improve on his gap really carefully. He's only got about a couple of laps to go to do this. He's only got about a couple of laps for Rosberg to try and make the overtake on Hamilton. But though Hamilton is trying his best, his utter best, to make sure that he stays in front of Rosberg and Vettel. Vettel, we just have confirmed, has just overtaken Bottas.
Max, we have an engine oil pressure issue. We need to go slower through turn 3.
Okay, and Rosberg is just using the DRS now. The gap is just decreased to only about 0.6 of a second. It's getting really tense now. It's only got about 1 lap plus 1 to go. Hamilton is really under pressure from his teammates, the German, and Rosberg is looking forward to getting his 2nd victory of the season. And Hamilton is the only man who can try and prevent that from reaching Rosberg's grasp.
Atta boy, Sebastian. Fuel is everything now. Fuel is everything. Do everything you can. You've got a big gap ahead. You just need to stay ahead of Bottas.
Now this to Vettel. Hamilton is really under pressure as Rosberg is using DRS once again. And looks like Rosberg's just gone a little bit wide through that corner. So Hamilton really needs to go on the defensive. He really needs to go on the defensive. We're now on board with Rosberg.
For information, other car is in Strat 11. You can get AMG Turbo with overtake.
Okay, so this may be Rosberg's chance. Now he's got the DRS advantage. Is he going to overtake Hamilton in the last lap? No, he's just managed to get past the back marker of Raikkonen. That has prevented Rosberg's chance of trying to overtake.
Back, please.
He just managed to overtake the back marker of Raikkonen. That has prevented Rosberg's chance of trying to overtake Hamilton. This is really tense as we're now into the final lap of the race. Lewis Hamilton is still ahead of Rosberg by a mere 0.5 of a second going into turn 4. This is really tense between both the Mercedes drivers. Now, is Rosberg going to overtake him after the 2nd DRS zone after turn 7? They're going into turn 5 and turn 6 now. Rosberg needs to make a mistake if Hamilton wants to win the race. And he's into the 2nd and final DRS zone. This is really tense between those two drivers. No, he doesn't make the overtake. And Rosberg's just a little bit locked up into turn 8. This could be Hamilton's good chance to win his 1st ever Spanish Grand Prix as they go into turn 9.
So Strat 2.
Into turn 10. And into 11 and 12. This is Rosberg's last ever chance. He's not going to make the chance, and looks like Lewis Hamilton comes through the last corner to take his 4th consecutive victory of the season and his 1st in Spain. What a fantastic race from Lewis Hamilton and to Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg tried so hard to take the victory. It wasn't so. Nico Rosberg takes his second place of the season, and as a result, Lewis Hamilton now gains the lead in the World Championship. Now, Lewis Hamilton is the World Championship leader of 2014 after 4 races led in the championship by Nico Rosberg. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo, just trying to overtake Pastor Maldonado as the back marker. Yep, there goes past the Lotus there, as Daniel Ricciardo comes through the last couple of corners to take possibly his second podium of the season. What a fantastic drive from Daniel Ricciardo. What a fantastic drive there. And here comes Sebastian Vettel sometime soon. Yep, he's going into turn 10 and 11. Now going into turn 11 and 12 before going into turn 13. And Vettel goes into 4th position, one of his best positions that he can manage so far this year. He's tried his best. Well, good effort for him. Bottas, it comes home in 5th position. 6th position will go to the homeboy Fernando Alonso as he finishes behind the lapped kitten of Marcus Ericsson. The Spanish crowd are happy. Well done to the Spanish crowd. So Hamilton has won his first ever Spanish Grand Prix. An absolutely fantastic victory for Lewis Hamilton. He's actually pleased with himself. He really is actually pleased with himself. Four consecutive victories so far. There goes Lewis Hamilton into his podium. Podium slot, just next to Nico Rosberg. He must be elated, really, really elated. Just really, really surprised. Really, really surprised. So that's Lewis Hamilton's 4th consecutive victory this season. It is most likely to be, hopefully, confirmed for the championship. Hopefully, later on in the season, his 2nd championship. So having a look at the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton now leads by 3 points to Nico Rosberg. Alonso stays in 3rd. Vettel has moved up to 4th, and Ricciardo up into 5th, with Hulkenberg down into 6th position. Nothing much has changed elsewhere in the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship. Raikkonen has moved up to 11th. Massa has moved down to 12th, and basically nearly everywhere else remains the same, except for Grosjean, who's moved up into 13th, just in front of Kvyat and John Verne. Constructors' Championship, the top two remains the same. Ferrari move ahead to Force India in the Constructors, with Williams ahead of McLaren. McLaren is now down into 6th position. Not where they wanted it to be at the moment, but the gap between them both is only to 3 points. So, still all to play for. There's still only about, I say, about 14 races left in this season. So we're just waiting for those drivers to get onto the podium. So first on is Daniel. So first on the podium is Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull Racing. Next is Nico Rosberg. And then finally we have got Mr. Lewis Hamilton. Now here's the British and German anthems for both Hamilton and Mercedes.
Great stuff there, Lewis. Bit close to comfort at the end, but yeah, you did it, man. You did it. Go strap mode 1, a lot of full throttle. Well done, man.
That was a little bit of a radio delay there.
Good effort, Nico. Good effort. Well done, mate. Gave it the best.
So that's legit now for the German anthem for Mercedes.
Very measured drive. Good use of tyres.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated.
Well done, mate. That was a really good drive. You deserve that. Enjoy the podium. This time you get the points as well, I'm sure.
Thanks. I will enjoy it. Thank you very much, guys.
Good job, mate. Well done. Good job.
Solid job today. Good job in the pit lane. 3 visits, 3 times, no complaints. Thanks, boys. I think it was the maximum we could get. Had to be a bit patient in the beginning, but it paid off at the end. Solid strategy. Thank you.
You did really well, mate. You did really well today.
Well done, Sebi. Really good drive today. Great recovery in that outlap and pit stop at the last run there. Fantastic. Really, you got everything out of it we could today. Well done.
I tell you what, mate. For once I'll cheer you up. You got the fastest lap of the race. Nice one.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Yeah, obviously a tough weekend, but a strong recovery. So, to everyone, fantastic team result, 3rd and 4th. We'll get there. Soon the star will go down. Don't you worry.
The president of the Spanish Federation.
Okay, so the trophies are being presented. So first place will be Hamilton, second place will be Rosberg, and Ricciardo is third. Okay, champagne time! And he's drinking out the trophy. What an absolutely good victory there for Lewis Hamilton. Absolutely brilliant effort from both the Mercedes duo. And he's so that was a really good. And just finished. Just before he's actually finished all that, he's actually scooting everywhere else. What a fantastic victory there. Right. So yeah, that was a really good victory there.
Great day, Valtteri. P5, beaten by cars that were quicker. We couldn't have done any better today. Great stuff. Good time management. Good start and brilliant drive.
Thanks, guys. Well done. Well done, everyone. Good close again. Like you said, just I think it was a maximum today. Just not enough place really to challenge the cars in front, but Vettel was flying in the end.
Yeah, so there we go. That's so while Eddie Jordan's basically trying to interview everyone on the podium, we have to close now. But before we go, let's just have a look at the full results from the Spanish Grand Prix of 2014. So, the winner of the race, Mr. Lewis Hamilton. In second place, we have Mr. Nico Rosberg. In third is Daniel Ricciardo, in possibly his second podium in the Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel is in fourth, his best time he can do so far, and he pressed the fastest lap of the race. So basically, Red Bull are taking the challenge once again back to Mercedes. Williams of Valtteri Bottas is in third, and basically contributed to overtaking McLaren in the constructors. Ferrari have done a good job today with Fernando Alonso in fourth. In sixth, and Kimi Räikkönen in seventh. Eighth will be going to Romain Grosjean, but with both the Force Indias of Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg rounding out the top 10. Jenson Button and Kevin Magnussen could have done better, but they stayed in 11th and 12th. Felipe Massa in 13th for Williams, with Daniel Kvyat in 14th. 15th will be Pastor Maldonado, with Esteban Gutierrez in 16th. Adrian Sutil in 17th, with Jules Bianchi and Max Chilton in 18th and 19th, with Marcus Ericsson rounding out the whole 20 car field who finished today. We only got about 2 retirements, which was Kamui Kobayashi on lap 34, and only 2 laps earlier was John-Eric Verne. Okay, so basically that is the Spanish Grand Prix for today. The next race when we'll be live is the Canadian Grand Prix, which will be on the 6th to 8th of June. We'll be live for qualifying on the 7th of June. But the next race on the calendar itself, but unfortunately we will not be live for this, is the glamorous event of the year, which is the Monaco Grand Prix from the 22nd to the 25th of May. So you can catch that live on BBC Radio 5 Live, and below Home Highlights on BBC Television, or you can catch it live on Sky Sports. But here on Do My Sport Sports, this is Ron Squire. Thank you very much for listening in, and I shall see you in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Forever in my mind, only you. The pieces in my life go away with you. Forever in my mind, only you. The pieces in my life run away with you. You're my